Hey everyone, want to stick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, you like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications when we go live, tap the bell. We go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. And if you want to join our community, the UVH fam, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you're here right now, say what up. Good morning. How are you doing? S&Ps are down 56, Dow's down 577, NASDAQ down 83, gold is down 38, and oil's effed up. let's just say that it's gonna be kind of crazy today. I mean, what's going on, Keith, Danny, Jonathan, Eric, Micah, Lion, Billy, Reggie, Mason, Faiz? How we doing? If you guys could do me the favor, hit the like button. I actually got going a little bit before 8 o'clock. I was kind of sitting here. I was like, I should just go live, But we have some things going on today. I mean, there's a lot going on today. We have earnings so far. The important ones, IBM and Coke, have reported. IBM drops 3%. Revenues down 3% from a year ago. They withdrew their 2020 guidance. Trevor, Jeff, how we doing? I do have a IBM earnings play on right now, and I basically needed to be above 114 to kind of break even. I sold some premium in this here, so let me show you what I have going on here. So I sold the 120 put, 120 call. I bought the 130 call, and I bought the 110 put. And what this looks like today, let's see if we get a 20% IB drop here. Basically, yesterday I said at 114. I think I need to be above like 114, 115 area, like 114.50 to basically break evens like right around here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, like 114.65 is break even, and right now we're at 114.45. If we get a little bounce in here, I'll be a little bit more profitable. But kind of I thought I was going to be okay, but now due to this drop, I mean, I'll probably just close it out, break even, say try again. Max loss on IBM I think was 360. I did get a 670 credit, so I think my max loss was like my max loss is 330 then, because I got $10 wide spread. $10 wide spread. I got a 670 credit, so then my max loss is 330 on that. But we're not gonna let it get there. CW Macau, what's going on? Yo, Mason, yeah, we'll look at Apple for sure. So IBM, Coke reported earnings. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, pretty nice that USO in Tastyworks, it shows you that it's halted here. There's a halt, news pending here, news pending halt. That's pretty cool. I never had a stock that in Tastyworks has been halted, so I don't know if that's new or not, but. You guys, I don't normally trade like penny stocks and stuff, so typically the stocks I trade don't get halted. So circuit breaker on futures. I mean, we need to be down 5%. It's only down 2%. So yo, Reggie, yeah, we'll talk about Snap here in a second. Kind of set up my plays for later today. Kind of go through. I want to cover Coke earnings. Some people were playing Coke earnings. I didn't really see an opportunity in Coke earnings, even though we knew that they were going to be in trouble because all the restaurants are closed that consume Coke, hotels, travel's all down, entertainment's all down. So Coke was going to definitely take a hit. So they withdrew their 2020 outlook in March as well. Their global volumes have plunged 25% because nobody's going outside. So, what do you think? What did you think was going to happen? However, Coke's only dropped like 40 cents, so relatively strong. Probably could have sold some premium in there. Really hasn't dropped any It's not like it came down to 35 or 36 or anything. The expected move on Coke was $3.40, so probably could have sold some premium there. I just didn't. I normally just don't really mess with Coke all that much, but I know a lot of traders here do, so I just wanted to mention it. It's new Tasty Works showing how it's okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure because I don't know about. I generally don't trade stocks that get halted, so pretty crazy. Yo, Mr. Morris, good morning. So couple trades that I have going on this morning, and then I'm going to get to the earnings trades for today, kind of what I'm thinking of here. And I'm going to talk about Apple too, Mason. If you're here, just say what up, Goldfish, Christopher. Okay, so couple things that I need to work on this morning here. I have a 165 put on Visa. I have a 210 put on Home Depot, and I don't know about this, but Goldman Sachs, I got till next week. It needs to come down a little bit more. I'll probably be profitable on it today. Goldman Sachs down to 175, so I'll probably see about that. I have a 170, 160 debit spread on Goldman Sachs, but that's not really hot on here. So the three plays I need to take care of at open, IBM Iron Condor. I have Visa 165 put, Home Depot 210 put. Those are kind of what I'm concentrating on at open. So Home Depot hitting my target right now is targeting the 200 area, currently down at 200. Also Visa, I was targeting the 160 area. It did hit 160. It's at 161 now, so I'm going to take profits on both. I was up a tad on both. Home Depot was a bad print. So I was down $68 at close because the spread was way too wide. The bid and the ask was like $3, so that's why it's a bad print. I think I'm up about 80. I was up about $80 on that trade at close. So I was up 20 on Visa. So we'll probably make a few $100 here, maybe $300-400. We'll see what happens on that. And then USO. So what I have going on USO right now is I probably got into this trade a little bit too early. I didn't think oil was going to crater that bad. In the morning, I sold the 4-strike put for January. I bought the 5-strike call for January as well. So I was shorting the put to cover the cost of the call. However, short term, I did get into the June 3.5 puts for USO just to kind of protect that a little bit. And we'll see what happens if oil definitely comes down. I mean, oil's going to go up eventually, but I mean, now we're down at $3. So I yesterday, what we close at 375. So I'm probably going to be up on those puts. I'll probably let the puts ride a little bit since they're a protection on the initial trade. I did buy 2, so I doubled up versus the 1 put and the 1 call that I have going on for January. So we'll kind of see how it goes. But I mean, oil's getting slammed now. Now the June contracts of oil getting hit hard, came all the way down to 11.79. I mean, it's down 27% right now. I mean, this is insane. But I mean, I guess we could have saw this happen. We thought that it was the bottom, but apparently this is not the bottom. The bottom is negative. So we'll see what happens. But just be careful. Be careful trading. The nice thing about the positions, you just want to give yourself enough time. You don't want to be rushing positions. Like you could probably make a pretty good bag on trading USO this week and oil and other oil stocks this week. But definitely be careful. Definitely be careful. But I'm gonna definitely be looking at different stocks here. Let's check out XOP. So XOP is actually up 42. So this is the oil and gas ETF here. XOP is pushing up a little bit. So you just want to see what this was at. So Apple. So let's talk about Apple real quick, and then we'll get into some of the earnings plays looking at today. Apple. I haven't been trading Apple for a little bit just because it's been pushing up, and I've just been kind of waiting and seeing. But now that it's below 280, I think I wanna. Let's see here. It's at 274. I want to see, it got rejected up here mainly due to downgrades. So, if Apple didn't get those downgrades, I really wonder if we would be pushing this. I really think we would have been pushing this 300 range. But since Apple didn't because Apple got those upgrades, we made a basically a lower high here. Because if you're looking at this chart here, we have a high here, and then we were pushing, and now we have another high here. This could definitely be a rejection here around the 288 area. So I'm going to be watching this. May come down to 270. You want to be careful around the 270 area. I mean, it could come down to 260, but you want to be careful. I mean, Apple, sure, they're going to suffer, but they're positioned very well to get through this. Ever since Steve Jobs, they've been stacking cash. I mean, Tim Cook's been spending some of it, but they've been stacking cash like crazy. So they're going to make it through. And, people may think Apple's sort of a safe haven, even if no one's buying their phones. It's kind of weird to think, but they may be trying to get the dividend. They may be putting, funds may be putting the money there because it's a safer bet than, would you put your 401k in Zoom or in Apple? You know what I mean? Probably Apple. But we'll see. We'll see. Doesn't mean they're gonna have some. They're gonna have pain just like every other stock during this, and they have already. I mean, they've dipped down to 210, 211. Andres, what's going on? Samir, J Cam, what's going on? Iceman. UNG is holding well. Yeah, that Nat Gas. Yeah, Nat Gas is actually holding. But right now, SPY right now 275. We're kind of hanging on here. S&Ps are down here at support around the 2750 area, so we're going to see if we're going to get a little bounce here. In general, we have been bouncing around the 2750 area, and SPY has been bouncing a little bit around 275. If it breaks this, I mean, it's not very strong here, but it has bounced in the past as well, last year and recently. So we're going to see what happens here. But it was one of the crazy things. I don't think 2020 is going to get a little bit more weird. Is the Kim Jong-un report. So futures were green last night. Market was green last night until the Kim Jong-un report. Now, it's kind of interesting to me because they're saying that this report is unconfirmed. Yet news outlets last night were saying that, it was basically confirmed. But then South Korea says they're refuting the report. So who knows? Like, honestly, who knows? Like, what was the plan here? I don't understand. Did they put that out because the futures were green, or they just wanted to put that out to crap on Kim Jong-un? I don't know. I don't know what the game plan is here, but whatever happened, it is causing some issues worldwide. Not necessarily, not only with the U.S., but they're saying that he had surgery and he's in what they call grave danger. I don't really know, man. I don't really know what the plan was with this. The moves came after CNN reported Tuesday, citing an unnamed U.S. officials with direct knowledge that Washington was monitoring intelligence that Kim is in grave danger after surgery. The North Korean leader was reportedly absent during a celebration of his grandfather's birthday on April 15th. CNN reported that he has been seen 4 days prior to that at a government meeting. Still confusion. Like, what was the point? What's the point of dropping this? Like what's the point? Nobody knows. Everyone's confused. The whole world's confused, and I mean, everyone may know. Someone may know, but what something seems like there was some sort of agenda here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of weird. Yo, hello, what's going on? If you guys could do me the favor, hit the like button, I would appreciate it. So it's just kind of interesting, but there was a direct correlation last night with the futures. I mean, I don't think, who knows what's going on in North Korea, but it's just kind of interesting. It's like almost like kind of tabloidish, and there's no confirmed sources, and there's no confirmation on either end. I mean, I guess the only thing that I could see is like Kim Jong-un and Trump are or I guess more friendly than, and the next guy maybe would not be. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Just seems kind of fishy to me. You know what I mean? Just seems fishy to me. But in good news here, the Senate's expected to pass a bill today that is going to add funding to the Paycheck Protection Program. Let's see, does it say how much they're going to? They're going to allocate $310 billion more, setting aside $60 billion of that sum for rural and minority groups. Another $60 billion would go to the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. The deal could include, Mnuchin said the deal could include $75 billion in funding for hospitals and $25 billion in funding for testing. Which, how much of that is left of the 310 then? Like, come on. Come on. If you give away 120 plus 75 plus another, that's 220. 75 plus 25 plus 120, 220 out of the 310. So we got 90 billion left for small businesses. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. You know? Whatever. I'm not going to get into that right now. But let's look at some earning plays here. So we got after hours today and pre-market stocks that I'm interested in: Netflix, Snapchat, Chipotle, Delta. Now, don't trade Chipotle if you've never traded Chipotle. If you're new to trading options, don't trade Chipotle. You're going to get your face ripped off. Seriously. But yeah, Beyond, we can look at Hank. Let's get through the earnings plays real quick, and then we'll look at Beyond. Daniel Ring, what's going on? Mason, what are your thoughts on Facebook and the new gaming platform? Gaming industry is actually very big and profitable. I was thinking might buy calls when the price is right. I don't know. I don't think their gaming will offset their advertising, and I don't think it's going to offset it. Gaming is for Facebook is relatively small for them. I do like where your head's at, but I don't think it's going to offset the drop in advertising. So Netflix, Snap, Chipotle. So Netflix is up to basically $4.50 right now. Went up basically the last, how many days we go up? Every day last week. Every day last week, Netflix went up pretty much. We had one red day, but now we're bouncing back up. Yesterday we bounced back up on Netflix, and a lot of people, I think Netflix has always been the stock that gets a bit overhyped, and I feel that if it's run this much before earnings, it's probably not going to go much higher. Maybe the expected move right now on Netflix, let's see, it's $53. So right now for $4.50, it's looking to push 500. You might be able to sell a super wide iron condor, but you want to be careful about that, because if they do drop some unexpected news, you could get in a bit of trouble. But right now, IB is relatively good, 145% for selling some premium in there. So you might be able to get, I don't know what the pricing is going to be at open on these, because we're gapping up a little bit here. We're gapping up about $8 on Netflix. So, Daniel Salyers, what's going on? USO says USCF management is suspending ability of USO authorized purchasers to purchase new creation baskets. Oof. A lot of people, a lot of firms, and the other thing is, guys, with oil, real quick, a lot of banks have exposure to the oil industry. So be careful. So I'm hoping GS goes down a little bit on this. I didn't want, obviously I'm bearish. But my intentions, guys, are I'm just realistic, are to never I don't want to like blow something up or crater something. Like I don't want oil to go negative. I don't even want it to go to zero. I don't want the stock market or the economy to plunge when we have a massive depression, people are unemployed and starving. I don't want that. When I'm bearish, generally I'm a bullish person, but it's impossible for me to be bullish during this short time frame here. Maybe I'm bullish long term, sure. I'm bullish long term, but right now today, if you were to say, "Hey, over the next 6 months, bearish or bullish," I'm gonna pick bullish. Bearish. Sorry. There's a lot of things right now, and oil is going to be a big problem. Big problem. There's a lot of exposure. I don't have enough time in this live stream to go through it, but the repercussions of this is going to be severely damaging. Hey, what is the percent you just showed to the right of the weekly contract? So you can calculate in Tastyworks, you can have, this is how much percentage you're up on the position, up or down. So are you up 10%, 58%, down 24% on your overall? So you're up 10% profit, down 20% profit. You get the idea. It's a column you can add in Tastyworks to calculate. So it helps me, instead of focusing on the dollars, I focus on the percentage gain. It's definitely a lot helpful. Wait till the gold ETFs blow up. No supply. Samir, I'm cashing out Visa, Home Depot. I'm gonna try to take off. I'm gonna try to take off IBM. Now Snap. Now Snap could go either way, guys. Don't get me wrong. Could definitely be wrong about this, but it definitely had a hard reject here at 14. So I think I'm going to try to sell some premium. If we look at Snap, it's actually I don't even know if I'm going to get this pricing because it's probably going to go lower. But I'm going to try to sell. I'm going to maybe try to sell some premium up in here. Maybe something like this, or maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I might try to sell some premium. Maybe I'll be a little bit more aggressive. We'll see. But I'm gonna short Snap. I'm not sure what the play is gonna be because I'm gonna wait till probably like power hour to put my position on, kind of see where Snapchat ends up. I don't know if it's gonna be higher, if it's gonna be lower. I hope that Snapchat goes higher. I really do. And people are bullish on Snapchat because they're like, hey, if these people are just sitting around on their phones, they're gonna have more active users. And I do agree. They're gonna have more active users. They're probably gonna have more signups. But is Wall Street gonna care about that? Or are they going to care about their drop in advertising revenues? I'm going to go on the side and say they're going to care more about the drop in advertising revenues. And you're like, well, I've heard it all before. Basically, you guys, I read everybody's comments about every post on YouTube, Discord. I read everything. I know exactly what you guys are talking about. And, they're like, wouldn't advertisers want to advertise more? Because more people are on a platform. And in normal times, yes. But my belief is, and what I've seen personally, especially through YouTube, because YouTube, I said it before, I'll say it again, YouTube revenue right now for me is down 70%. It's enormous. Down 70% on YouTube, which is pretty large, right? And companies are slashing. The easiest thing for people to save money on, for companies to save money on right now, is advertising, because they don't need to do it to survive. They need cash to survive. So are they going to start stockpiling cash versus advertise? Absolutely. So that is what is happening. The easiest thing to cut in today and have an immediately impact is stop advertising, and you immediately get that money back. You immediately get that money. Yo, Preston, I agree with you. So, if you own a company, you get this. If you get this, and and that's why I'm trying to stress this to you. I mean, advertising now, the advertising is going to be down. 100% fact is going to be down. Now, the one thing that may be up, which could screw this position up, just so you know, is if they care more about signups and daily active users, which they might, which Wall Street might. So, because they're looking at the potential growth. Now, even though advertising's cut today, but their users are growing, they may forecast Snapchat to be up. So this is where it kind of gets tricky. So this is a trade that, you're not going to want to go all in on being long or short. It's something you kind of like dip your toe in. I'm going to be selling 1 to 3 contracts, maybe 2 contracts, shorting some premium. I'm not gonna go nuts on this on Snap. But whatever happens to Snap, I'm definitely going to probably lay in a little bit heavier on Facebook. So whatever happens here, I'm going to lay in a little bit heavier on Facebook when Facebook posts earnings. But that's my belief and understanding of what advertising is, what advertisers are doing right now. You know, Google probably a short as well. Facebook probably a short as well, based on advertising. And we don't know the unknown thing about the advertising. We don't know when it's going to come back. We don't know when it's going to come back. Nick, you should set up something like a Twitch stream and stream intraday in the market, accept donations. Yeah, Mason, I was actually thinking about starting a Twitch stream, but it was going to be like an offbeat, like we can just hang out, play some games, chill, more of like a lounge room type thing. But I definitely agree with you. So the other channel, Us versus Her channel, is monetized. This channel is not monetized because I started this channel fresh in February. However, we're almost at the thresholds for it to be monetized. And YouTube has subscription memberships and stuff you can do and all that stuff too, but we'll see. Yo, Eric, what's going on? Warzone, baby. Yeah, Warzone's been a lot of fun. But yeah, so I'm playing with some other ideas because one thing that I want to do, Mason, is, you know, further connect with you guys. Like I don't want to just have this YouTube channel where I just talk and there's, you know, one guy. I like to be involved in the community. As you guys, if you're part of the Discord, you guys know how involved I am, and I try to be as involved as possible because it's important. I mean, you guys are important. You guys allow me to come on here every single day and talk about the stock market, and you know, I love it. So thank you guys. You know, so. But I definitely have been playing with some ideas of trying to do some things that are different, you know, especially different in the stock market world, you know, and just try to, you know, the things that I want to do is have kind of like a fresh approach and not just be some like cookie cutter YouTube guy. And that's essentially what I'm aiming to do here, is just try to mix things up a little bit. Have fun. I mean, options trading hard, investing is hard. Let's have fun with it. Let's just keep it going, you know. CMG, I'm looking to get short as well. I mean, I get they have long lines for DoorDash and all that, but I don't think it deserves to be near all-time highs here. I think it's going to come back around 70. Trying to cover these before market open. Around $700. I think it's going to come back around 700, 725 area. And Delta Airlines. Delta's reporting tomorrow. We're at the bottom here. It's been chilling. It's been consolidating. So I would just be careful with it. Right now, it's dropping at 23. Expected move on Delta Airlines. It's a 10% move, essentially $2.80, a little bit more than 10%. So IV is at 141%. So I might be looking to sell some premium in there as well. You know, I will be in the Discord, you know, so I don't know what my exact trade on Delta is, if any. I might not trade it, but for Delta, I think Delta's gonna be tricky. Delta's gonna be tricky. So I'm gonna be researching this today. I'm gonna be looking at what the stock is doing intraday, and then I'm going to I'll let you guys know in the Discord what I decide to do with Delta, if anything. But right now, my main things, the trade that I know that I'm doing for sure is Snap. Maybe Netflix. I'm already in Chipotle. I already have a debit spread in Chipotle. So, yo, Lucas, appreciate it. Looks like IBM's gonna run you over. IBM, yeah. What we at? What we at right now? 114. So I'm gonna try to get out break even here. So at open, if I'm a little bit quiet, it's because I'm gonna try to close out some of these positions that I have here. I'm looking for a long-term hold on DAL after earnings. Yeah, I mean, the government's not going to let Delta, you know, fail, but be mindful that it may be a long recovery, you know. All right, USO popping back up. USO's popping back up right now, 317. But that's not my concern right now. My concern right now, getting out of IBM, getting out of Visa, and getting out of Home Depot. Where's Home Depot doing right now? Home Depot's moving up a little bit. Yeah, I think USO went lower than that. Oh, that was like 29. USO went down to 223. 223. 223. All right, market opens in 1 minute. Normally I don't have as many plays on it open, so I'm going to try to concentrate that. If Chipotle goes down to 700 after hours, I'll use the profit to get some. Yeah, if Chipotle goes down to 700, I will buy burritos in the Discord chat for a bunch of people. I can't do everybody. We got way too many people in there now. There's over 1,200 people in the Discord now. I mean, it's insane. I mean, you guys have been showing up. You guys have been showing up. BA futures are down, but they're ripping up a little bit here. Look at that. Look at that 2750 bounce on S&Ps. I'm telling you guys, that 2750 area is a bounce area. In Discord, can you post trades there? Yep. You could do it. You could do whatever you want except for be mean to people. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see if we can get some pricing. Let's see if we can get out of this. Let's see if we can get out of this trade. IBM. Let's see if we can get out because we're at the lower. No, ask for my password. All right, hold on. All right. We actually made money on IBM even though we're kind of below the threshold here. Let me close out Visa. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let me do Home Depot first. Home Depot. Hold on. Okay, we're hitting it. Okay, let me close out Visa now. Ooh, Home Depot's getting axed. Told you guys. Did anybody know? I didn't look at the sales report. That's what I was playing it for. Okay. Okay. So, all right, this is what we're doing here. Yo, Lucas, where are you at? Okay, so Visa, I just made 160 profit. IBM made $55 profit, and Home Depot made a 510 profit. So pretty good open. Home Depot I was mainly trading the existing home sales, so I wanted to get out of this right here. You know, my target was 200. It hit that head on. I wasn't expecting it to. I honestly wasn't expecting it to hit like today, but you know, here we are. USO, we're up $12 on. I'm up $80 right now on these 3.5 puts. You know, we're up 58% on these 3.5 puts. So we'll see what happens with USO. I'm not in a real big rush to close it out, but thankfully somebody took my IBM position off because IBM is getting hammered now. I needed above 114. Where it was like 113.50, I was able to put in a credit, so I was able to get IBM. So I got a 670 credit for it, bought it back for 615. So I got the $55 here. Home Depot I bought for 580, sold it for 1090. So almost 100% gainer on Home Depot. Haven't had a 100% gainer in a few weeks, so that feels real nice. And then Visa bought for 415, sold for 575. So I mean, was a, you know, we're at $700 in profits at open here. So, oh, Aurora, yeah, we should do. Is anybody else here from Chicago? The Chicago area. Once the Coronas is over, we should have like some sort of local meetup. Once the Corona. All right, so we just got 700 profits. So I'll take it. Yo, Hank, thanks. Thoughts on Disney? So Disney got downgraded, and there's the dangerous thing about Disney right now is there's some discussions. I don't know if what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but they're saying the parks could potentially be shut down till January. If Disney parks are shut down till January, it's going to be devastating. It's going to be devastating. I mean, honestly, it's going to be terrible. So, right now, I've been saying this for a while. It's down here at support, right? Down here at a multi-year support between 90 and 110, 115 area. It really likes this area, so that's why it's hanging out around here. That's why it's not doing worse, is because there's a lot of holders. There's a lot of holders right in here, a lot of holders. And a lot of long-term holders, and they thought, we finally broke out of range. Things are great. We're going to go to 200. We got Disney Plus. The wind is at our backs. We're going to be moving. And then Corona came and freaking shut everything down. So they're like, no, we're back into purgatory here at the 90 and 100 level. I thought we were over this, and we were not. I bag held for 5 whole years. I did get a 78-cent or 88-cent dividend, but I thought we were over this, and now Corona happened. So, Disney does have some cash reserves, but they're only like $6 billion compared to like Apple and everyone else, like, $80 billion, $55 billion for Facebook, over $200 billion for Apple. So, right now, for me, it's very hard to get into. Any major pops on Disney, any major pops up to 108, 107, I'm going to short. Right now, shorting at 100, it's very tough. It's very tough. So, the risk to reward is not good here. Sure, it could collapse. We could go down. We could go down to 92, 95 area, which would be pretty big for Disney. But it's hard. It's hard down in here. It's hard down in here. If we can push it back up to like 110, 115 area would be nice, but I don't see any catalysts. Yo, what's going on, Ariana? Fell asleep at the office. You gotta get home to those kids. You missed it. I just took off $700 in profits. No. Preston's from San Diego. Arctic meetup in Chirac. People in Chicago don't like the term Chirac. Just a heads up. Man, Martin was supposed to go to a marathon this year. Yeah, I think the marathon's going to be canceled. All right, Goldman Sachs, where are you at? Okay, Goldman Sachs. I'm gonna see what to do with this. I'm only down like $20 on this. I was down a couple hundred at one point. I have the 170 put, 160 put debit spread for next week expiration on Goldman Sachs right now. Goldman Sachs, it just doesn't want to go down. It just doesn't want to go down. It's just it looks like it's gonna break down, but then it pushes up. I'm gonna hold. Now. Oil is getting demolished. June is down down 28%. If we're looking at June is the active month here. May expirations actually were up positive. It's up $39. It's actually $1.98 right now. So the May's contract went from negative 38. Now it's at $2. So it's come back up $39. So I feel like this is like the same thing that happened to the VIX when the VIX popped up and there was prop firms and stuff going out of business. Something major happened in oil where something got liquidated. Something really bad happened. Something really bad happened that we don't know. So, USO, the only reason why I'm break even on this overall position right now, I'm only down $3, is because I bought 2 puts. But I'm down shorting the 4 put. I'm down on buying the 5 call. Only $1 though. But I have the 3.5 put, so we're just gonna rock it, see what happens here. We're going to see what happens. I bought protection yesterday at close. So oil, the May bounced back, but June did not. June is rolling over into June now, and we're. I mean, it's not as bad as it was. It came all the way down to 11.79. Now it's at 14. But I mean, it's looking bad, guys. It's looking bad. Costco. Oh man. So I took a $120 loss on Costco because I didn't think it was going to get there in time. I was selling the 307, 310 call spread, and I was max loss up here at 320. It came down yesterday, and I was only down like 100. So I'm like, all right, it looks like it's gonna bounce back up, isn't it? It's gonna bounce back up here. It's consolidating a long time at 315, and then Costco at close dropped, and now we're dropping pretty hard here at open. So I mean that's the game. That's the game. You know, thankfully I made some money this morning. It's not all bad, you know, but you know that's it happens. But Costco, I mean, yeah, Costco's getting. Let me switch to my chart here because this is annoying. Yeah, Costco we should have went in a little bit more because I was already in it. I shorted too early. I shorted right here. I thought it was going to go down more. It squeezed me, and then as it came back down, I was down less money. I took it off, and here we are. What's VXX at? That's what I want to know because that trade pissed me off. All right, VXX. This is dumb. All right, guys, this is a dumb trade. God, pisses me off. Okay, VXX. I made a $4 gain on it yesterday because I second guessed myself. I'm like, all right, I have a lot of bearish positions on. I don't want to really have it exposed. I don't know why I closed it, but I closed it for a $4 gain. And VXX, you know, what's that contract going for right now? So I even had next week's expiration. I had the 4.5. 40-50 call. 297's going for 745 right now. Look at that. Look at me right here selling right down in here. I sold right here. I sold right down in here. Right down in here. Now that contract is worth no volume on it right now, but this contract is worth $7. I sold it for $297. I bought it for $293. So I guess that you just got to go with your gut and not overthink it. I should have just walked away for the day and just left it on. I honestly don't know what I was thinking with that. But that was a good entry. That was a really good entry. I entered yesterday right down in here. Right down in here. And then when it started to fade a little bit, I was like, oh, maybe it'll just get blocked at 41 and I'll just take it off. So I only made $4. But nope. Here we are. 100% gains left on the table. It's okay. Would have been pissed if I closed. I would have been way more pissed if I closed it out for like a 25 or 50% loss and then it went on to be a 100% gainer. But you know, when you're trading as part of the game, you can't get angry, you can't be emotional. You just kind of hang on, clench your cheeks, and move on. You know. All right, so Goldman Sachs still trying to move on. Let's see what SPY is doing right now. 276. Let's see what Snap is doing. Snap. Okay, Snap's pushing up. I need to push up more, Snap. Come on. Come on. Oh, BYND. Hank wanted to talk about BYND. So, man, did they have news? Because this is ripping hard. Did Beyond have news? Might be a fade job, though, but we got to be careful. This could push up to like the 100 area. You know, it's above the 50-day, so let's see what happens here. It's testing, sitting right at the 50-day right in here. Was there news on Beyond? Let's see. Oh, they had a China deal. Beyond Meat enters China. As Starbucks revamps menus. Nice. Definitely could use that. Definitely I got shares in Beyond, so. All right, Ariana, take it easy. Puts on Chipotle. Yeah, I'm going to be short Chipotle, but be careful. There's earnings and Chipotle. I mean, liquidity is really poor here. Let me pull up on the big chart. Liquidity is the issue in here. I mean, there's really no volume on the puts or the calls, and the bid and the ask, I mean, it's $5 wide right now. So definitely, if you're trading this, be very, 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 very careful because you could really get screwed. Let's see what's going on with Netflix at open here. Netflix is dropping down a little bit. It's only up $1.50 on the day. I mean, it came up from 446 down to 439. So it's going to be interesting to see where this settles in at. I'm thinking, like for me, I'm thinking it's priced in at this point, but you never know. Netflix earnings is one of the craziest stocks I've ever traded. Netflix is definitely a crazy. It's probably one of the most unpredictable stocks in the stock market. All right, USO is back in the green in my overall position. All right, so we're just kind of holding. I'm gonna see what happens with GS. I'm down a little bit. I might just close it out here, but it'll probably drop as soon as I close it out, right? Because that's what happened to Costco. I'm gonna hold on to GS and see what happens. I'm up on Netflix. I'm thinking either close out late today or earlier tomorrow. Well, if you don't want to play earnings, you're gonna have to close it out today because earnings are after close tonight. So Netflix IV right now is at 152%. So once IV drops, you're gonna have some issues tomorrow. You're not gonna. It depends on what your position is. You know, man. Home Depot is trying to rip back up 202 right now. It dipped to 199. Visa's struggling still. I want to see what happens down here at like 160 with Visa, but had a good trade on that. Chipotle just broke 800. I don't actually know if I can get out of this right now. Let's see. We'll see if we can get out of it. I might close up my debit spread on Chipotle this morning here. USO got halted again. USO was halted again. That's pretty cool though. It tells you right here, limit up, limit down. Thinkorswim swim doesn't tell you that. All right, so USO halted. It's pretty cool. Not good that I'm trading a halted stock. Man, they're really trying to rip this up. They're really trying to rip this up right now on Goldman Sachs. I mean, USO is a literal tire fire. I mean, the whole oil industry is going to be on fire. What's XOP doing? If XOP is up. Sorry guys, excuse me. XOP is up. Let's see here. XOP, trying to do some research here. What is XOP's exposure here? Okay, so XOP, GS makes money trading. Careful to short GS. They all make money trading though. JP Morgan, everyone does. Okay, so oil and gas exploration 69%. Oil and gas refineries 25%. Oil. What does it say? It doesn't say. Coal is only 1.52%. Renewable fuels is okay. So it's mostly oil and gas. XOP. Top 10 holdings. EQT. Cabot Oil and Gas. Okay. It's kind of interesting that this is moving up like this. I mean, not that I want to short down here, but it might pull in some sort of rejection back down to like the 37 area on XOP. So I'm gonna be watching XOP. Yo, Steve, what's going on? JP Morgan, Hank, I made some money last week on JP Morgan earnings, and it was pretty good. Hank, you missed beyond 20 times from yesterday's open. Yeah, it happens, man. IBM is climbing back. Yeah, probably could have made a little bit more money on that, but you know, I didn't know this was wicked. This was a wicked candle here. This is the 5-minute chart right here. Dropped down to 112 area. Now it's bouncing back up. But I'm glad I got out. I'm glad I got out with a small profit. You know, got out with $55. I mean, it was definitely at the bottom of my range. I mean, I couldn't afford for it to go much lower without starting to lose money. I think I closed it out like 1350, and down here would have been a disaster. Would have been a disaster. But right now the market seems to be holding. S&Ps are holding. Let's see, SPY's holding. SPY's holding right now. Looks like it wants to get a little pumpy pump. Let's see if it gets smacked down. Yo, if you're here right now, you've never commented, say what up. Want to meet you. Hit the like button. I definitely appreciate it. I got some talent. You're right about that. All right, Chipotle. People are bailing on Chipotle right now. A little tight. So range is getting a little tight here at 800. Getting a little tight here. Got a Facebook position. Let's see here. Let's take a look at Facebook. Facebook got the axe. Does Snap get the axe too? Not that bad. Not that bad. All right. So Facebook, we got. Man, Facebook got lit. It definitely broke the trend here. I think for earnings, they come back down here to like the 160 area, 155. That would be my target for Facebook. For earnings. Let's see, when is Facebook earnings? So April 29th, so next week. Or 2 weeks from now? Oh, next week, next Wednesday. Supposedly. So Lockheed Martin, they had earnings this morning. Didn't really do anything. I generally don't trade Lockheed mainly because liquidity is really poor. And the stock doesn't really move a whole lot. I mean, they had earnings. They were expecting $20 move, and now it's only moved 79 cents. Would have been great for selling some premium in there, but selling spreads, you got to be a little bit careful with low volume. You know? But, I mean, if you believe in Lockheed and their defense contracts and all that, then sure, you know. I don't actually know if I'm up this much on, I don't think so, on Chipotle. I don't think so. I think it's bad prints. All right, USO is not halted anymore. Looks like it's coming down a little bit more. So we're up a little bit on that position. Beyond is doing good. Tony was my Tony. So initially, what I have on, I'm short the 4 put for January 2021. I'm long the 5 strike call for 2021, and I bought 2 of the 3.5 puts for June of 2020 for protection. Because I think oil's going to go a little bit lower now. We'll see what happens, but I bought the protection. Home Depot's pushing back up. I mean, it's pushing $4 up here. Went from $1.99 up to $2.03. If Snap, I'd like Snap to come up here to like the 1330, 1350 area. If we could push up to here, it would be ideal for my earnings trade. Daniel got out of IBM with $5. I got out of that with $55. Like, What did you have on? Did you have something similar on as me, or was it you had a little bit tighter? I had pretty wide wings. Yeah, oil. Let's see here. USO. We'll see what you're doing. It skyrocketed. Let's see what was XOP's holding up in here, so I might actually look to short down to like the 40 area XOP. So XOP could get the 43 put for $3 right now. Might do that. Might do that for next week. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. But XOP really ripped. I want to get filled on in CMG, and I want it above 800 to short. Yeah, I mean, Chipotle is a tough one to put spreads on, so be careful with it. Like I said many times in the stream. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, link is below. We talk about the stock market all day, every day, post trades. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.